Hey, aloha, this is Harry from Harry's Guitar. Today I'd like to share with you another one of Raymond Kane's iconic guitar licks. So here's a close-up. Okay, I wrote this in 3 separate lines. So here's a picture of the first line. Okay, that'd be our first goal. Maybe we'll learn half of this first. Pay attention to the thumb notes. So maybe that's your first goal. Notice I just use first finger on the 4th fret, 5th fret, and I slide that. Okay? Maybe when you play this, you should count like 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and maybe you should just loop that and count it like this. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and I'm going to slower. So maybe memorize that much first. Rewind as much as you have to. But in the long run, it'd be good for you to count it. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. Then you can start from the 7 there. This is the end of 2. Let's see. You're going to pick this, slide it to 9, and when you slide it to 9, you're going to hit the bass note. And then you're going to end up with this G chord. Notice the 9 and the 7 is in parentheses. All I'm doing is picking the 8. So, you know, it's pretty tricky. So you start with the 7 and 2, no, it'll be and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. So I'll try to play it slower. Okay, I'll put the whole line together slowly. Do it again. Oops, I picked the wrong string. So you could practice it separately. You could just do the thumb, make sure it's G, G, D7, D7. And you know, you can just loop 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And that's your heartbeat. That has to keep going. And then you could learn just the other side. So if I did just the melody be. So 4, 5, slide, pick the 10. They both slide down and then you add the middle finger. So I'll do the whole thing again before we go to the next one. Okay, so rewind as much as you need. That's what I call the first line. Okay, so here's a chart for the second line. So we're already in this position, so we start like this. So we'll probably half this one again also. So we're in this position. You already have your first and ring finger on the 9. So maybe we'll do like 1 and 2 and maybe just those 2 beats first. Because this is tricky where you play the thumb, I play the 10 with my baby finger, and then when I pull off is when I hit the second bass note. So it's 1 and 2 and. So maybe you should just practice that one line there, or one measure. 1 and 2 and 2. The tricky part is to do that pull off while you play the bass note. 1 and 2 and. Then you move both fingers down. 1 and 2 and you're in this position. So maybe we'll go that far. We'll go 3 measures. So it's 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. Maybe just do that much first. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. And then you're at the 4. You're going to pick this 4 on the end of 2 and you're going to slide it to 7. That's when you hit the bass note. And 1 and 2. Let's see. Then both fingers have to go up. So it's tricky. You have to be patient with yourself. See, so from the 4, you're gonna got and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. Okay, I'm gonna do that slow again. And 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. Okay, I'm gonna play that whole second line. Let's see if we can do it slowly. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. Now try to do it slow. It's tricky to do even slow. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. Okay, so I'll play the whole thing again, the second line. Okay, here's the third line. Now we use the same 2 fingers. We start at 5 and 7. So this is 1 and 2. So here's the tricky part. After you go 1 and, both of these fingers drop down, and that's when you hit the second bass note, and then you hit the 4th fret. So this would be, if you did just these 2 beats and you counted, it'd be 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and then you're in this position, 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. So here's the whole third line that I wrote down. So it's 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1. So brush is taking your first finger and strumming backwards like that. So okay, so let's try to put all 3 lines together. I'll try it very slowly for you. So rewind as much as possible. That's why slack key is so fun. It's really kind of tricky. It's like juggling. Okay, so this was what I called Raymond Kane slack key lick number 2. If you want to see guitar lick number 1, press here.